Welcome to Ultimate Collectors. I'm Kevin Flynn. You are about to meet some people who have opened their doors to share their incredible collections. Their passion will inspire you, and their tips will help you start your own collection. Now, what pops into your head when you think of the 1950s? Elvis, poodle skirts, soda shops? How about a comic strip filled with philosophical and funny kids? We're talking about, of course, Peanuts. The year was 1950 when Peanuts debuted. Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Lucy, and the whole gang immediately stole the hearts of all who read them, especially our next collector. For generations, people started the day right with the funny pages, and no glance at the comics was complete without a visit with Charlie Brown, Snoopy, and the Peanuts gang. But for Andrea Podley of Seattle, Washington, a daily browse through the comics isn't enough to satisfy her Peanuts craving. In fact, she is such a huge fan of the comic that she has over 60,000 pieces of Peanuts collectibles on display in her basement. In the words of Charlie Brown, good grief.
We go from anywhere from Christmas ornaments to music boxes to limited edition plates to lamps to plush, all sorts of toys. You name it, and Snoopy is bound to be on it.
This massive collection started out accidentally 35 years ago.
I was throwing myself a birthday party, and I wanted favors for everybody, so I thought, what could I give that would be fun? And I saw some Snoopy and Woodstock things, and I thought, you know, I'll give these. As the party neared, I realized, you know, I can't part with any of this stuff, so I kept everything and gave them something else.
And that was the beginning of a collecting habit that would eventually take over her life. With her husband by her side, she began going on regular Peanuts shopping excursions all over the world.
In the beginning, we would get up early around 3 o'clock every Saturday and Sunday morning, go to a flea market, a toy show. We'd go up and down the coast of California. We've traveled, you know, into Canada because there were different items there, and we've gone to Europe.
It was through diligent flea market shopping that Andrea was able to assemble a complete set of rare, vintage Peanuts nonners. But her favorite character is Snoopy. She even has an entire room dedicated to him, and for very well thought out reasons.
He's more than a dog. He's everything we want to be if we didn't have a conscience or care what we look like in public. And that's what I really adore about him. He's funny.
After 6 years of crisscrossing the country, adding to her ever-growing collection, Andrea decided to reach out to other Peanuts collectors, and in 1983, she created the Peanuts Collectors Club and began distributing quarterly newsletters, but not without the permission of the late Charles Schulz, who immediately gave her the okay.
And from then on, the club grew. We had 42 original members. Now we have thousands.
Every other year, the club sponsors a huge convention called Beagle Fest. Peanuts fans from around the globe make the pilgrimage to Santa Rosa, California, the hometown of the Peanuts creator, to talk about Peanuts and, of course, to add to their growing collections. And even though Andrea has over 60,000 pieces at home, she can't help but add to her huge collection, especially when she finds a rare product catalog.
Oh, this is fabulous. Well, I've got to have this. This is something I've got to have. When you get a surprise like this, you can't pass it up, especially for $20. Thank you.
Through activities like these, Andrea has been able to meet a lot of other collectors who led her to some of her rarest pieces, these prototypes of Christmas ornaments.
They're very, very rare, and these go for quite a bit of money on the open market. They're very unusual. They're mostly of Snoopy, but there's a farmer set of the gang, and Snoopy as a king. It's just very, very cute.
And through the years, her friendship with Charles Schulz grew. So much, in fact, that he gave her a special gift when she brought a friend from France to meet him.
Of course, he liked her because she was a French girl, and he writes about Snoopy liking French girls. And he took her to the vault, and when she came back, he had 2 comic strips, one for me and one for her. And he signed them to both of us. And we acted really cool, and afterward, we were like jumping up for joy when we left his office.
Needless to say, this is now her favorite piece. But all of this excitement over a cartoon?
It is far more than a comic strip to me. It basically has the good values that we need to adhere to.
Peanuts has given Andrea more than just a philosophy of life. It has given her friends all over the world.
I've met fabulous people. I've acquired many neat things in my collection, and it's given me a lot of enjoyment.
Andrea is so crazy for the Peanuts gang that when her husband proposed to her, he asked her if she wanted a diamond ring or more Peanuts collectibles. She took the collectibles. Want to start your own collection? Here's our collector's guide. Look for Avon products from the late 60s and early 70s, like the Charlie Brown comb and brush set. You can pick them up for $15 to $25. Christmas ornaments made by Determined in the 70s and early 80s are highly prized by collectors and can be difficult to find. European releases like Snoopy as a British king in mint condition can go for $225 or more. It's important to remember that the copyright date on a Peanuts collectible refers to the year that the character was first published, not the date that the item was manufactured. You'll have to do your homework to find out when the item was made. Try the internet or collector's books. Up next,